What is up, Finesse family? Hopefully everybody is having a great day, guys. Today it is Friday, so hopefully your week is going well. Your work weeks, you guys are getting today started. Getting it completed, I guess. And hopefully you guys are getting things accomplished this week and doing well. So if you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. My name is Mrs. B Finesse of millennialfinessemindset.com. And let me do a quick mic check, make sure you guys hear me. Okay, good. All right, guys. So once again, I use my background in criminal justice and psychology, guys, to help teach you guys and educate you on how to have a finesse mindset, which is being faithfully innovating, being inspiring, being naturally effective, and seeking success every day. And also, guys, how to have a mindful mindset when you're looking at situations, things that are going on in the news, viral topics, how to analyze it to get understanding instead of just looking at it for face value, because there's always a deeper message in most things in life. We just do not take the time or have understanding to see it different ways, right, guys? So once again, we're called the Finesse family here, guys. And once again, if you are new, welcome to the stream. It's Freestyle Finesse Friday. So what we normally do is you guys send me topics or things that are interesting, or I'll find different things and we talk about them today. And we just kind of look at the background of it, more introspecting into the why of it, psychology, and then even as far as justice issues, guys, we look at that. So once again, thank you to all those that supported all the streams last week and continue to. Thank you to Big Bad Bull, Peter Investor M, Big Ben, everybody that sent super chats, everybody that supported the channel. Once again, anytime you guys send support, it goes right back into the channel to help the channel grow, to get the things that it needs for the channel to function correctly, and to keep giving you guys what you guys need as far as information, guys, understanding and information to just move forward and excel in life. So hopefully, again, you get edified from this stream as you do every stream. And shout out to you guys that are supporting by sharing the information, by hitting the like button. Also comment, guys. Make sure that is your job, that is your assignment. If you have not commented on the streams that you've watched, or you forgot to do it, go back and comment. That helps as far as algorithm for newer channels for YouTube to send it out. And it also helps me because I like reading you guys' comments. So that is your goal. Go back and comment on videos you've seen. And if you haven't watched any, or you missed them last week or the week before, watch them and comment. All right. So once again, guys, thank you guys for the new members. If you haven't joined, consider joining the membership, guys. Once again, it helps support the channel. And also, guys, if you guys have not, it is in the description. Make sure you guys check out Blue and Green Hundreds. You guys know the school season's coming back in, so your kids are going to want backpacks and t-shirts, and they have a lot of great designs for the whole family. They have kids, they have men's, women's apparel. Guys, they have all kinds of stuff. So make sure you guys check them out. Link is in the description. Blue and Green Hundreds, fashion and apparel and designs, guys. So make sure you guys check them out. They have a nice, unique, stylish things and collections, and I'm pretty sure you and your kids will find something that you will like in those collections. So make sure you guys check them out. And let's get started, guys. Once again, make sure you guys are sharing. Make sure you guys are getting engaged in this conversation. We're going to talk about a lot. You guys seen on the thumbnail, we're talking about teen heroes. So we're going to talk about a couple amazing things that teenagers are doing. I know a lot of you like to shoot the teenagers down and say they're not doing stuff. They are. And just some things that are going on, guys, that I think are important and you guys think are important because you sent them to me to talk about. So let's get to it, guys. Freestyle Finesse Friday. Let's go. guys. All right, so let's get into the first topic, guys. So when I seen this, guys, this was, let me get this on to make sure we got this right. There we go. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, I didn't add it yet. There we go. Okay. All right, guys. So there was this article that was so awesome, and thank you those that sent it for me to talk about, guys. So it is about this teenager, and what he did was super awesome, guys. Let me get this up. And share. If you guys are coming in, hit the thumbs up and share. Sharing is caring, as my daughter would say. So, guys, he says, I can't let none of these folks die. Mississippi teen saves 3 girls and a police officer from drowning. All right. So let me kind of give a synopsis of what happened before we kind of go into it. Hold on. Let me make sure I turn all these off. Okay. All right. So basically what happened, guys, is there's this young guy. His name is Corian Evans, 16-year-old guy. He sees and think about this, guys. What's awesome to me is that I know, unless you're around a lot of teenagers or you have teenagers, a lot of times the stigma is people just dox and say a lot of things about stuff they kind of just, either it's not in their generation or they haven't like tapped into a certain generation of people, so they just have these assumptions. And I know a lot of times people assume that teenagers, they're just stoic. Teenagers don't listen. They believe teenagers are just out to, they want what they want and they're selfish. And don't get me wrong. Yeah, there's a good bulk of them that might be that way. But for the most part, and once again, me working around teenagers and young adults for years, I kind of know kind of the true essence of what they are and what they want to do. And a lot of times it's just they need the right role model. And sometimes they just need that guidance. Like they need to be around and see somebody that actually is doing something that is something that's admirable to them, if that makes sense, right? So this article, I'm trying to get a picture of the young guy. He's on my thumbnail, but they have so many pop-ups on this site. Let me see if I can get his picture. But it's on the thumbnail, so let me get it up so you guys can see. Give me 1 second. Let me get his picture up. Images, so you guys can see him. All right, I thought I had this one up. Let me load it too. Okay, so here's the one where you can see his picture. All right, we'll take that one off. Stop sharing, and we'll share this one. Share screen. Okay, there it is. Share. All right, so here we go, guys. Now you can see his picture. All right, so it says a Mississippi teen hailed a hero after saving 3 teen girls, and a police officer from drowning. All right, there we go. Okay, so basically, guys, it says a teenager was being heralded for his bravery after risking his life to save 4 people from drowning in Pascagoula. I hope I'm saying that right. In the Pascagoula River in Mississippi. My Mississippians, if I'm saying that wrong, let me know because I'm probably butchering it. But once again, charge it to the game, not my heart. I'm not trying to. So this is a young fella out of Mississippi, and it's awesome to hear, guys, because I'm gonna break down like what he did in the order of it. So it says, okay, Chief Brandon Ashley from the Moss Point Police Department gave his Commendation to, his name is Corian Evans. He's a 16-year-old black boy who jumped into a river to save the lives of strangers. He just did this about a week or two ago. It says Sunday, July 3rd. They said that he was a student and he witnessed a vehicle with 3 teenage girls inside drive off a I-10 boat launch into the water at 2:30 a.m. guys. So think about this. Basically what happened, guys, is these girls, they were following the GPS, and you guys know sometimes, especially if you don't update your GPS. I know a lot of you probably use your phone GPS. Some of us have the GPS in the car, or we just use a regular one. I honestly like the regular takeaway GPS, to be honest. But the girls were following the GPS, guys. And as they were following the GPS, I guess it didn't realize it was like a maybe there was construction being done, or the road. But anyways, the GPS guys led them into the water, and obviously it's 2:30 in the morning, so they're not really paying attention to their surroundings, and they went like off a cliff or something like that, right? So let's see who's here. I don't want to miss any of you. Hey, Trash Can Waves. Hopefully you're having a great day. Trash Can Waves was here at the original posting. He sent this at 12:56. So shout out to you, Trash Can Waves. You always supporting the channel. He says keep grinding, and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that, buddy. Hopefully you're doing well today, Trash Can Waves. Hey, Brittany B. Hopefully you are well and blessed. She says, hey. She says, long time. I'm normally headed to work at this time. Shout out to Brittany B. Brittany B has the biggest heart there is. So thank you, Brittany B, for taking that time. I know you headed to work, and I know you doing a lot. Tell your mother hello. Shout out to her too. Let her know I said hello, Brittany. Appreciate you being here. We got Lash's Journey in the building. Lash is saying hello. Hopefully you and the baby and the family are well, Lash. Thank you for supporting. We got Wally in the building. Wally's just looking what's going on. Hey, Wally, hopefully you're doing well. We got Before the Billions. Hey, big bro. Hopefully you're having a great day and you're doing well. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you. Nita Mack is in the building. Hey, Nita, she says, God bless this young man. Yeah, let me get into this. Guys, because this is very heartwarming. Once again, I know, like I said, I'm the type of person that likes to make you guys think a lot, right? And I always like to show multiple perspectives and sides of things, because a lot of times we get so stuck on what the perception of society is on a person, a group of people, or ideal, that a lot of times we don't see both sides, and we get stuck in the untruths of things. So I like to pull both sides of it, right? So it says, according to the MPPD report, the driver of the vehicle stated that she was following, like I told you, her GPS, guys, and she didn't realize she was going into water. So sad. The vehicle floated approximately 20 feet from the river's bank and started sinking, right? And then it says in the interview, it says, he said they drove straight under the water. So the boy was seeing this happen, right? He says only a little bit of the car was still above the water. So literally, as these girls were driving, the velocity and the impact of how they were going, they couldn't stop. I guess they got straight in the water, and he's watching this, guys. It says, after seeing that people were in crisis, he took off his shoes. Let me tell you what this young man did. And let me tell you something, guys. He's not like a one in a million. I don't think he's a unicorn. I think most people, especially if they know how to swim, and young black men would do the same thing. So shout out to him and the young black men, right? I don't think that this is something that's just odd and just one in a million. I think there's a lot of them that would do this, right? But I'm glad they shine light on this, and I'm shining this to you guys, right? He says they drove straight under the water. Only a little bit of the car was still above the water. It says after seeing the people were in crisis, he said he took off it. Let me tell y'all what he did. He took off his shoes and his shirt. He said he set down his phone and he dove into the river. He said, which some scientists believe is the, quote, last major river system in the lower 48 states in Southern Canada, unadulterated by dams, channelization, levees, or similar human impact, guys. So he really kind of risked himself. Now, listen, he's not going in saving one person, because you guys know, some people, they would feel comfortable jumping in if it was one person they were saving. But he's jumping in. There's 3 girls that are in this car drowning. And this story gets so much more just loving, guys. Let me break down what happened, all right? So He says, Evans, who says he was swimming since he was 3 years old. Okay, shout out to us parents that don't have our kids in swim class, our uncles and godparents and aunts and or mentors. Our kids need to learn how to swim, guys, even if it's just treading the water or floating. And you guys need to learn how to swim too, right? It says, after seeing the people were in crisis, he took off his shoes and shirt. He set down his phone and he dove into the river. It says, he says they need to get out the water. He said, so I just started getting them. He says, I couldn't let these folks die. He says, I wasn't even thinking about nothing else. He says, I was behind them trying to keep them above the water. Now he's 3 girls. He's trying to hold them up and swim with them at the same time, the boy remarked. Think about that, guys. I mean, think about how, like, you really have to, your mind has to be over your body at that moment, because I'm assuming maybe these girls couldn't swim, because the fact that he said he's trying to keep all 3 of them up, this is awesome. Shout out to him for that, for being calm enough to keep them above the water. I mean, that's a feat in itself, to keep one person. Have you guys ever tried to help somebody that couldn't swim or something? You know how they can pull you down? Like, you gotta be really balanced and focused to do that, right? So he says, I was behind them trying to keep them above water and swim at the same time, the boy remarked. Karan KG Bradley Evans' friend was with him too, and he assisted. So he did have his friend that jumped in after he jumped in. And he assisted saving the 3 teenage girls who could have drowned in the water by jumping in after Evans. So his friend jumped in right after he did, and he helped him get the girls to the top of the vehicle. All right. It says that while the officer attempted, okay, so this is the catch 22 on this, guys, which is super interesting. So there was a cop, guys, that came. Okay, so it says after the 2 boys were helping the girls, there was a cop, Gary. He was from Moss Point Police Department. He answered the call for the help, and then he swam out to assist the 2 heroes, right? And he says, but he was overwhelmed by the water. So once again, now we got the cop that comes to try to help them, but the cop gets caught up because of the waves of the water and everything going on. The cop gets caught up, right? Let's see. Oh, you're welcome, Lash. Trash Can Wayne says, put on that thinking cap. Yeah. Wally says, the comeback is taking up my time for real. I'm about to flip it to the live once I get the presentation together. Oh, Wally must be talking. Let's see. Absent-minded, relying on the computer to tell you where to go. Yeah, salute to him. You're right, Wally. Let's see. Hey, Princess. Hopefully you're having a great day today and eating good. I know you're eating good already. Shout out to Princess. So once again, guys, consider Princess is a channel member. So if you have not, consider joining the channel today. You guys will see a join button. And once again, that is less than a burger, the price you pay to get you a burger at your favorite burger store monthly. And it just goes in to support the channel and equipment and things that are needed for the channel. So shout out to you, Princessa channel member. She says, I was taught to tell the person to relax and I will leave you. Or I will leave you. She says, I hope cop stays up on their drown-proof training. Now, let's see what happened, Princessa. So it says, while the officer attempted to bring one girl to shore, she began panicking and caused him to go under. So the cop almost drowned because the girl was panicking. And he said he was swallowing the water, the police force said. He says, I turned around. So this is a young boy, guys. He says, I turned around. I see the police officer, and he's drowning. So this is the main young boy that went in to save the girls at first, not his friend. So he said he turned around, he seen the police officer drowning. So what did he do? He says he's drowning, he's going underwater, drowning, saying help. So the officer went out once again to help these 2 young boys bring these 3 girls back. And one of the girls is panicking so bad, she's making the officer drown. All right. And then he says, so I went over there. He says, I grabbed the police officer and I'm like swimming him back until I feel myself. I can walk. Good grief. This child is awesome. And like I said, I believe most people have this in them. A lot of people are just scared and they don't believe they can do it. Okay, so Chief Ashley said in a statement, the police department and I commend Mr. Evans, which is a young boy that originally jumped in, his bravery and selflessness he displayed by risk of his own safety to help people in danger. Yeah, he could have put himself in danger, guys. Definitely with one person drowning, but there was three. Then he had to go back in there after he brought two of the girls up to go save the police officer and the other girl. It says if Mr. Evans had not assisted, it could have possibly turned out tragically instead of all the occupants being rescued. It says in the second interview, it says Ashley said, which is the officer, I believe that if he did not decide to risk his own safety, it may have turned out an unimaginable tragedy. He said, we are all grateful for Mr. Evans' selflessness and bravery he displayed by helping rescue the people stranded in the river. It says, once safely on shore, the three girls and the police officer were all taken to the hospital and they're now recovering from almost near fatal accident. This is awesome. It says the young swimmer said that when we were on the shore, the teens were throwing up a lot because of the water that got in all of them. Evans, he said 25 yards out, it was a lot of swimming. So he swam 25 yards, guys, this young guy. He says, my legs were so tired after. Thank God they gave him the strength to do that. Because you guys got to think, he's swimming out, getting them, coming back, bringing them to shore, swimming out, going to get the cop, which is trying to hold the girl up, going back to shore, going back out, going back to shore. He said anything could have been in that water though, but I wasn't thinking. And that's true, guys. If you've lived by rivers or ponds or bodies, lakes of water, depending on the area you live in too, there's alligators, there's snakes, crocodiles, there's all kind of, things you just that could harm you, right? So he said he wasn't even thinking about that. Man, goodness. Good grief. That's awesome, man. Thank God for that. It says on Tuesday, July 5th, so this happened on the 3rd, the city's mayor, Billy Knight, this is in Mississippi, and the Board of Aldermen presented Evans with a certificate of commendation for his good deeds. The boy's mother, Marquita Evans, also saluted him for his good work. She says, I was really proud of Corian because he wasn't just thinking about himself. She said he was trying to really get all those people out the water. I'm glad nothing happened to him while he was trying to save those people's lives. Shout out to his mom too, and his dad. That she put him in swimming classes. Good grief. Let's see. She says, I'm glad nothing happened to him while he was trying to save the other people's lives. And they said they have a GoFundMe that is started for Ashley Flanders, a person who was inspired by the story, to help Evans go to college. All right. So he has a GoFundMe, guys, to go to college if you want to support him. It says his heroic action saved 4 lives during the 4th of July weekend. The campaign reads, let's reward this high school senior's bravery and selflessness by helping him go to college August 2023. You guys know, I think that was just last week. We talked about that Burger King worker a week or two ago that somebody his daughter just started a GoFundMe. She only wanted $200 so he could fly to see his kids, and he got $250,000. So once again, we know how once you step out on faith and you do stuff for people selflessly, listen, you will get that back 100-fold. And it says after saving the lives of these people, guys, it says they're pouring in support for him. It says in one day he raised $7,000 of his $25,000 goal that they are raising for him. Let's see. Trash Can Waste says he had 3 girls on his back and an officer on his feet. Yep, Trash Can Waste, he's doing it. Princessa says that young man is amazing. Yes, he really, really is amazing. Yeah, there could have been sharks. There could have been anything. We don't know how deep that body of water is. And I don't live in Mississippi, so I'm not sure that area, like what really is in those waters. You got to be careful, especially at night, guys, in these different waters. Princessa says, yep, I stay out of the water. I don't do critters. My dad and mom made sure that we knew how to swim. My dad taught me first when they put me in classes to further my training. Yeah, it's imperative, guys, because you never know when you're going to be in a situation where you might need to save somebody, or you might need to be able to tread water yourself. You can't always trust these boats and ships, and when you go on cruises and all that, you might need to know how to swim, right? So you guys need to put that on your list of things to do. Shout out to BGH. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. No comment or anything, just to support. Thank you. Shout out to BGH for that. All right, guys. So once again, inspiring story. That was awesome. Once again, like I said, teen heroes, they're everywhere. We just don't salute them enough, and we don't give them shout outs enough, right? So I got another hero in the making that's coming, just to keep our little hero inspiration going before we get into a couple more touchy items. Let's see. Let me bring this article up. Stop sharing. Once again, guys, if you haven't hit that thumbs up, go ahead and do that. Once again, thank you guys for sharing the information, hitting the like button. Thank you for the super chat and the super thanks and the support you guys are doing now. And shout out to the channel members, guys. Make sure channel members, I just posted another post. Make sure you guys read that because I want to make sure I have that information. So channel members, make sure you go look at the post and respond to that for me. Let's see. Let me get this one up. Share. So the next one I have, guys, is about an awesome, interesting little person. And this, guys, goes to show you our kids can do anything. I hope you guys know that and believe that. Don't be so stuck on the rudimentary going from 1st to 12th grade, and you got to be a certain age to do that, and you can't skip grades and you need to stay on this grade level. No, guys, all our children are so different and they learn so differently. So don't be stuck in the stigma that your child needs to stay in a certain place or a certain grade or a certain level, because they're awesome. You don't realize the gravity of how smart these kids are, right? So we got this little girl, guys. 13-year-old girl makes history as the youngest Black person to get accepted into medical school. Let me get this up for you guys. All right. There we go. She is the youngest Black person to be accepted into medical school, right? So her name is 13-year-old prodigy Elena Wicker who just reached an awe-inspiring accomplishment as the youngest Black person in the country to ever be accepted into medical school. Okay, let me get this up. Sorry, so you guys can see her. Paste. All right. Now let's go through this article. Let's see. She says, love you. Have a great weekend and relaxing day. Yes, thank you, Princess. I appreciate that. Same to you. Let's see. I'm definitely gonna get them beans, though, Princess. Inside joke. All right. Let's see. All right, guys. So her name is Elena Wicker. Just reached an awe-inspiring accomplishment as the youngest Black person in the country to ever be accepted into medical school, guys. And shout out to her, 13-year-old. That's awesome, man. So let's see how she got there, guys, so you can know this thing is possible for your child too. All right. It says, capturing the attention of the University of Alabama at Birmingham School of Medicine, Elena hopes to become a doctor after already more than halfway done with her undergraduate at Arizona State University and Oakwood University in just 1 year. Okay, guys, so if you don't know what undergraduate is, that's the 4-year degree, right? So undergraduate is basically getting your bachelor's degree, and it takes most people 4 years, depending on. So she's basically almost halfway there. She's getting her undergraduate at Arizona State University and Oakwood University, and she says she's doing it in 1 year. Says Elena expected to reach her goal at 18. She says, I already want to leave my mark on the world and lead a group of girls that know how to do what they can do. All right, let me see if I can get to the other picture of her so you guys can see her. There she is. Okay. All right. So it says, so once again, if you're just getting in, this little girl, it says she's going to be the youngest African American person to get accepted into medical school. It says 13 years old makes history as the youngest. And apparently by 18, they say she should be done with medical school. This is so awesome, guys. I'm trying to tell you what your kids can do. I think a lot of times we live in a bubble and we don't see, and I know this is how the kids are, or young adults, this is how teens are. If they don't see something to be awed or inspired by, they don't have a purpose to try. And a lot of times, guys, it doesn't have to be spectacular or miraculous. They just want to see somebody that has a goal, believes in themselves, and shows that they have self-esteem to themselves, to know they can do it, and then tell them that. And they can just do anything, right? They can rule the world. They can do so many things. These kids are just brilliant. And a lot of them aren't just brilliant in math and English. They're brilliant with their hands. There's so many trades. Please get your kids in trades and skills and STEM and technology and mechanics and engineering and AC and plumbing and electricians. It's so many jobs, guys, that our kids have skills in, and we just get jaded because you want them to do the same thing that you believe that they're taught in school to do, and you're missing their gifts. So don't miss their gifts, guys. These gifts are so clear a lot of times with our kids, but we don't think it's good, or we don't think it's socially trending, or we don't think it'll work for them. And stop impressing what you wanted to do in your life on your kids, because a lot of times your kids are so brilliant in things, but a lot of you are scared to push them into it or to support them monetarily, right? So don't get caught up in what other people think and feel, all right, about your child. Let's see. She says, Wally says, want my Monica. Yeah, Friendsgiving. It is very inspiring. And once again, this is inspired not just young people, even older people. Guys, don't get stuck up on age. If you want to go back and learn something and go to school, please, you guys can do whatever you want to do. Don't get stuck up on that, thinking that I'm too old to do something to learn. Man, listen, you don't get on Google University and the College of YouTube. You better get it together, man. Okay, so basically, guys, so once again, if you're just getting in, this young lady right here, she will be finishing medical school by 18, and most 18-year-olds are graduating from high school, to put it in perspective. She's 13 right now, and she's getting her bachelor's degree, I believe, at 2 colleges right now, and she's almost done. Bachelor's degrees take 4 years. I think she'll be done in a year with her bachelor. She's on track to be done in a year. She says, I actually took 1 class in engineering. For me to say this is kind of not where I wanted to go, she said. I think viral immunology really came from my passion for volunteering and going out there engaging in the world. Once again, guys, you have to be your child's advocate. You literally have to invest in them. I'm telling you that as somebody that is speaking, telling you what they do with their family, me and my husband. You have to invest in your kids, guys. When you see a gift or you see something they're really talented or interesting in, invest in that. Instead of buying them things like clothes and phones and video games, invest in what their talents are. You see, guys, you're going to see a rate of return super high for them, because they'll enjoy, that process of going through school and finishing high school, and they'll be inspired instead of just being there and hating it. I'm telling you guys, a lot of these kids hate school because they're not inspired and they don't feel like they're walking in what they really should do. I'm telling you that from what they have said literally to me, right? And I can see it. It says the child genius felt inspired by a trip to Jordan. All right, so she's already traveling. Her parents have her traveling. And guys, listen, even if you can't afford for your child to go out of the state or the country, at least have them go to the museum or do something this out of the ordinary that they normally wouldn't do. Even if it's in the next town or next city, step out and have them try different things, visit museums, visit different places, historical places. It says she took a trip to Jordan and the Brown STEM Girl Foundation, a program she funded at 12. Oh, goodness, she funded. Okay. That provided resources to exceptional minority students by form of scholarships and mentoring as they transition from college to career life. That says she funded this, guys, a program. And you don't know what our kids can do, guys, as far as like them even having these ideas for these non-for-profits and these different visions. This little girl had that vision and she did it. It says, what I want from healthcare is to really show these underrepresented communities that we can help and that we can find cures for these viruses. This is this little girl. She's saying this is why she's going into medical school. She says, I want to inspire girls. I want them to see that there are no limits. She says, upon receiving her acceptance letter last week, she took to Instagram to express her joy and gratitude for her mother. It says, statistics would have said I would never have made it, she wrote. A little black girl adopted from Fontana, California. Okay, so she was an adopted child. These aren't even her blood parents. She said she's an adopted child. I've worked so hard to reach my goals and live my dreams. She said, Mama, I made it. I can't believe I've done it. I've done it. without you. She says, you give me every opportunity possible to be successful. You cheer me on, wipe my tears. You gave me Oreos when I needed comfort. You never allowed me to settle. Discipline me when I needed it. You are the best a kid could ever ask for. So yeah, that's her Instagram. She posted that she got accepted to medical school, right? So once again, hopefully, guys, that inspires some of you to know that I don't care what your child is looking like. I don't care how much they get in trouble in elementary or even if they got in trouble in high school. Like, don't put these stigmas on your kids, because whatever you put in them is what you're going to get out of them, right? Let's see. Let's see. All right. All right, guys, so let's go into the next story that I have for you. I can't let alone. All right, so we went through that. Once again, guys, if you're just getting in, make sure you hit the like button. Let's see. And I know a lot of you, we were talking about this before, guys, when we were talking about the housing shortage and inflation. Where's that at? Oh, this one's super interesting. I hope I can get through this in enough time. This is definitely one that I know you guys are going to have a lot to say about. Let me bring. Okay. So guys, do you think that someone, that's what I should have did as the poll question. I forgot to put it up. I was busy. But do you guys think that a man should be able to sue a woman if she has I don't know how YouTube is with the word, so I'm gonna say deleting of a child, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The words, the A word. I don't know how they are with that word as far as if they're whatever. So we're gonna say the deletion of a child. Do you think the man has the right to sue, or should he have the right to sue a woman who deletes his child unwillingly if he didn't want his child deleted? All right, so I have an article for you guys that is going to be pretty interesting and thought-provoking, and I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say about this. So let me make sure you guys can see it. All right, let me share it. Once again, my question was to you guys is, do you think a man has the right to sue a woman if she deletes his child? And so I have a court case. You guys know my background in criminal justice. I love talking about things as far as when it has to do with psychology and justice issues, right? So here we go. Got something to intrigue your minds and for you guys to go back and have conversations about. All right, so guys, basically, this woman's ex-husband is suing a clinic over the deletion of a child that she had 4 years ago. What do you guys have to say about this? All right, so here we go. Let me break this down. So it says the Superior Court. It says the estate of baby Villegas, deceased, and through by Margo Villegas on his own behalf and behalf of other survivors of baby Villegas, deceased. So let me break this down. So basically, guys, what happens is this man, his ex-wife, I believe, I'm paraphrasing from when I read the article. His ex-wife of 4 years ago went to a baby deletion clinic and got some pills to have a baby deletion, right? And I guess he was saying something about he didn't know about it or he didn't agree to it. And so this litigation, from what I remember paraphrasing reading, is he is suing on behalf of the deleted child's estate. Right? He's suing on behalf of the deleted child's estate. So let me break this down, this article, right? Here we go. It says, nearly 4 years after a woman ended an unwanted pregnancy with baby deletion pills. You guys, the A word is what it is, but I don't know how that word is, so I'm just gonna say baby deletion. But you guys know what it is, the A word. It says, obtained at a Phoenix clinic. She finds herself mirrored in an ongoing lawsuit over the decision, right? Says a judge allowed the woman's ex-husband to establish an estate for the embryo. Let me break this down again. This man is suing his ex-wife from 4 years ago. The judge allowed the woman's ex-husband, so Mr. Valagas, I hope I'm saying his name right, to establish an estate for the embryo. So he's established an estate for the embryo, which has been deleted in its 7th week of development. The ex-husband filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the clinic and its doctors in 2020, alleging that physicians failed to obtain proper informed consent from the woman as required by the law in Arizona. So once again, his lawsuit is saying, guys, that the physicians failed to obtain the proper informed consent from the woman. So their ergo, they shouldn't have done or gave her the medication for the baby deletion. Let's see. It says across the U.S., people have sued for negligence in the deletion of a fetus or embryo in cases where a pregnant person has been deleted in a car crash, or pregnancy was lost because of alleged wrongdoing by a physician. It says, but a court action claiming the wrongful death of an aborted embryo or fetus is a more novel strategy, experts say. All right. Says the experts said the rare tactic could become more common. All right. Let me see. As anti-deletion groups, a word, you guys know what it is, have signaled their desire to further limit reproductive rights following the U.S. Supreme Court's decision of Roe versus Wade. Jackson's Women Health Organization, which overturned Roe v. Wade, says the Arizona lawsuit and others may follow could also be an attempt to discourage and intimidate providers, it says. Okay, so Miss Finley, she's a law professor at the University of Buffalo. She specializes in tort law and reproductive rights. Said the Arizona case is a harbinger of things to come and called it troubling for the future. It says Finley said she expects state lawmakers and prevent people from traveling to obtain baby deletions and block them from obtaining information, right? So let's go into the specifics of this act, because I know everybody has not got legal background and stuff. So I'm going to try to my best kind of break this down so you guys can understand what's going on. Let's see. It says perhaps the most extreme example is in Texas, where the Texas Heartbreak Act, signed into law in May 2021 and upheld by the U.S. Supreme Court in December, allows private citizens to sue a person who performs or aids in the deletions. It says it's much bigger than these wrongful death suits. All right. So let's get back into what he was saying. The attorney was saying, okay, so let's get into basically what happened. All right. So it says in July 2018, the ex-husband, Mario Valagas, accompanied his then wife to 3 medical appointments, a consultation, the deletion, and the follow-up. It says the woman, who is not identifying for privacy reasons, said in the deposition in the wrongful death suit that at the time of the procedure, the two were already talking about obtaining a divorce, which was finalized later that year. Okay, so we're getting the details of this, right? It says we were not happy together at all. This is a lady speaking, right? She said Valagas, a former Marine from Globe, right? Arizona. So he's a Marine from Arizona. He's a mining town in Phoenix, had been married twice before, and he has other children, and he has since moved out of the state. Says in a form his then wife filled out at the clinic. Now we got to listen to the pragmatics of this, guys, because that's really what sets the tone of this case. It's really the details and the laws in this state. It says when she filled it out at the clinic, guys, it says she was seeking a baby deletion. She says because she was not ready to be a parent. And she said her relationship with him and Valagas, it was already unsteady, right? So she was just like, that was her. She felt her right to do, right? She says, She says she also checked a box affirming that I am comfortable with my decision to terminate this pregnancy. The woman declined to speak on record, though, for fear of her safety, right? Because you guys know people are going to attack her. So now it says the following year, so that was 2018. In 2019, it says Villegas learned about an Alabama man who hadn't wanted his ex-girlfriend to have a baby deletion. And this Alabama man, he sued the Alabama Women's Center for Reproductive Alternatives in Huntsville on behalf of the embryo that was aborted at 6 weeks, guys. It says to sue on behalf of the embryo. So now here's the breakdown of the legality of this, right? To sue on behalf of the embryo, the would-be father, and this guy was, his name is Ryan Majors. He said he went to probate court where he asked a judge to appoint him as a personal representative of the estate. So this is the case that this Villegas guy is using is this case right here with Ryan Majors, right? And he sued on behalf of his unborn child's embryo's estate. All right. So it says in probate court, a judge may appoint someone to represent the estate of a person who has died without a will. It says the representative then has authority to distribute the estate's assets to beneficiaries. Right. Let's see. While it says if the man wants the child and he sues a woman to impregnate her, then go for it. PM26 says, I think her life should be in it as well. Hi, Dios míos. Gail at night says, hello everyone, getting ready for me, but I am listening. Shout out to Gail. Thanks for supporting Gail and being here in the midst of you working. Thank you. Wow, it's crazy. All right, guys. So let's get into the details. Let's go. Let's see. So stay with me, guys. So this guy, he's using another court case, the Villegas guy, of another person, a father that sued on behalf of his embryo's estate. Okay, so the guy's name is Ryan Majors. It says when Majors filed to open an estate for the embryo, and this is in, let me tell you guys so you know where this is. This is in, this guy Ryan is in Alabama, I believe. Hold on, Ryan. Where's he located at? I think. Yeah, Alabama. Okay. So here we go. It says, when Majors filed to open an estate for the embryo, his attorney cited various Alabama court rulings involving pregnant people and a 2008 amendment to the Alabama Constitution recognizing the sanctity of unborn life and the rights of the unborn child. So, Finesse fam, what are you guys saying about this so far? Do you think that he has the right to do this on the estate on behalf of the child? Or do you guys believe that nobody can tell the woman what to do? What's your perspective in the chat while I pontificate a little bit more on this case? Here we go. It says a probate judge appointed Majors representation of the estate, giving him legal standings to sue for damages in the wrongful death claim of his unborn child, guys. And it says the case believed to be the first instance in which an aborted, deleted embryo was given legal rights, made national headlines. So did you guys hear about this? It says it made national headlines. I'm wondering if any of you ever heard this case before. This is interesting to me. But it said this case, this Majors case, Ryan Majors made national headlines. It says it's unclear how many states allow an estate to be open on behalf of an embryo or fetus. Some states, like Arizona, don't explicitly define what counts as a deceased person in their probate code, which is very imperative. The writing on the wall to what exactly deceased person means in the law. Leaving it to a judge to decide. In a handful of states, laws define embryos and fetuses as a person at conception, which could allow for an estate, but it's rare, it says. That is very interesting. It says an Alabama Circuit Court judge eventually dismissed Majors' wrongful death lawsuit. Okay, so he got it dismissed, stating that the claims were precluded by state and federal laws. So he got his case dismissed by the judge, the circuit court. Villegas contacted Mager's attorney, Brent Helms, about pursuing a similar action in Arizona and was referred to Stanley Martiu. Hold on, guys. Stanley Martiu. I think I said it. Martigue. Where is it at? Okay, an Arizona attorney who had flown to Alabama to talk to Helms about Mager's case, right? So they're trying to find people that can help them with this unprecedented case, because once again, the Magers guy, Ryan Magers, who tried to sue on behalf of wrongful deletion of his embryo, the judge, well, the Alabama Circuit Court ended up eventually dismissing that case. So this Villegas guy is trying to find the attorney for this last Magers, because obviously he knows kind of what statutes and stipulations that he could work with for his case, which is in Arizona, right? Since in August 2020, Villegas filed a petition to be appointed personal representative of the estate of baby Villegas. It says his ex-wife opposed the action and contacted a legal advocacy organization focused on reproductive justice, which helped her obtain a lawyer. It says in court filings, Villegas said he prefers to think of baby Villegas as a girl, although the sex of the embryo was never determined. And his lawyer argued that there isn't an Arizona case that explicitly defines a deceased person. So the issue appears to be open in Arizona. Let's see what you guys are saying. Wally says, sadly, at this point, another little person is gone. Another L in the land of America. Let's see. It says U.S. Supreme Court precedent has long protected the constitutional right of a woman to obtain a baby deletion, including that the decision whether to do so belongs to the woman alone, even where her partner, spouse disagrees with the decision, Silverman said last year. So that was Louis Silverman, the ex-wife's attorney. That's what she argued in the 2021 motion with Villegas. So this is the wife's attorney. She argued that. Let's see some more litigation for this. It says, in addition to criminal penalties and medical license revocation, civil remedies will be critical to ensure that unborn lives are protected from legal baby deletions, the group wrote in June 15th letter. So this is the National Right to Life Committee. This is what they're fighting for the baby's rights. Let's see. It says the civil remedies follow what the criminal law makes lawful. And that's what we're doing. That's what this committee is doing. It says the National Right to Life Committee's model legislation, which advocates prohibiting baby deletion except to prevent the death of the pregnant person, recommends that states permit civil actions against people that violate these laws and prevent future violations. All right. It says in regard, Arizona has already implemented a piece of the model's legislation as the state lawmakers have chipped away to access baby deletions and enacted a myriad of regulations on doctors who provide the procedure. Good grief. Yes. Thank you, Gil. She says, please make sure you hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Yes. Consider that. Let's see. All right, so let's break down the next part, the informed consent laws, which have changed over time. These laws, guys, they mandate the patient to be told about the probable anatomical and psychological characteristics of the embryo of the fetus and the immediate and long-term effects medically. And if you guys have ever had a surgery, or you've been in there with somebody that's had a surgery, or any type of thing where you're going under, sometimes, like if you're going under, they call it, quote unquote, the knife or anything like that, they always tell you what could happen. And they have to tell you that legally, right? So informed consent laws, that's what they're talking about here. Then it says, in 2018, a review of numerous studies concluded that having a baby deletion does not increase a person's risk of infertility, but it is linked to a higher risk of breast cancer or preterm birth, among many other issues. Let's see what they were saying. So this is a lot of court case litigation. Okay, we're getting back to what happened with Mr. Villegas. It says, he says he has no desire to harass his ex-wife, This is the new lawyer for Villegas, right? He says he does not have desire to harass his ex-wife. He says all he wants to do is make sure it doesn't happen to another father. And this is Mr. Villegas. This is his whole premise and purpose of why he's on this case. He wants to help fathers have rights, or have fathers be able to have a say in their seed, right? It says in a deposition, Villegas' ex-wife said that he was emotionally abusive during their marriage, which lasted nearly 5 years. At first, she said Villegas seemed like the greatest guy I've ever met in my life, and then she says taking her to California for a week as a birthday gift. She said, but as the marriage progressed, there were times where he wouldn't allow her to get a job or to leave the house unless she was with him. The woman alleged that Villegas made fake social media profiles, hacked into her social media, and threatened to blackmail her if she left him during his failed campaign to be justice of the peace in Gala County outside of Phoenix. So I guess he was running for office allegedly. I don't know. Villegas denied the allegations about the relationship, but declined to comment further for this story. Right? He probably didn't want to get into whatever she was talking about. Let's see. The last part, it says, what happens? So this is a question they're talking about, guys. It says Chapman is Carlos Chapman is an associate law professor at the Washington University, and said certain civil remedies can also be a mechanism for men to continue to abuse their former partners throughout the court system. He says, what happens if the father who is suing on behalf of the fetus is your R word or your abuser? It's another way to torture women. This is what Chapman is saying. It says Chapman added that these legal actions can be a deterrent. And it says the lawsuit has added to the stresses on people that are performing baby deletions in Arizona, they're saying. It says before providers in Arizona halted baby deletions following the Supreme Court decision, people would begin lining up outside of these clinics at 6 a.m., sometimes with lawn chairs in hand, like a concert line, they were saying. It says every year there's something and we never know what it's going to be. It says I'm kind of desensitized to all of it. So what do you guys think about that article? Father, ex-husband, he's suing his ex-wife over the baby deletion from 4 years ago. Interesting topic. Very interesting. Let's see. And I'm wondering too, how many of you guys actually are still out? We've had this conversation before, but it's very interesting to me. The interest rate, I don't know if any of you guys are like looking for houses and stuff, but one of my friends that I'm super close to, they are a realtor. And I was looking at so just because this, like I said, the housing markets are ridiculous. And normally, guys, about a year ago now, the interest rate, depending on how your credit and things are, was about maybe 3%. You could get maybe in the low 2% if your credit is good. And the interest rate for getting a house, guys, now is like 5%. That's a lot. That is a lot to be paying to get a house, guys. And it can go up higher. A lot of people can go up higher, but they're talking about the housing market shortage. It says here's how bad it is where you live. Let me go through this story real quick. This is an NPR report. Super interesting. Just for some of you, because I know some of you are looking for houses and you're in the market to do that. Or maybe some of you are tired of renting and it's something that it's in your future that you're believing for, right? So it says there's a massive housing shortage across the U.S. Here's how bad it is where you live. And here's this couple. It says Danielle and Colin Lloyd spent the past year trying to buy a house in Atlanta, which went about as you'd expect these days. I mean, yeah, literally, especially you guys especially you guys in Atlanta or very big cities. Like it's even and what's happening, guys, is the rate of the houses in the housing market is matriculating onto the renting market. So the people that are renting are pushing up the prices of the housing for those that are renting. So it's a trickle down effect. Let's see. It says there is just nothing in this whole area, just nothing. The couple was looking for a place with at least a small yard and space for their 3 young kids. The prices are just ridiculous. People were just bidding much higher and higher. She said, I only cried twice. Meanwhile, their landlord was about to raise their rent by $450 a month, which also caused the same problem, not enough homes to rent or buy. And I'm noticing that, guys, too. I know they're talking about that a lot on news and articles that I'm reading. A lot of people, like, because, you know, many people, guys, they stay in like hotels and motels. And even those, a lot of these people that own these hotels and motels, they're either going under where they can't afford them and they're selling them, or they're trying to get these people out of these hotels and motels because they're trying to kind of just get rid of that land and get rid of, you know, having to deal with the upkeep of it. It says, meanwhile, says we're seeing a shortage or housing underproduction in all corners of the U.S., says the CEO of Up for Growth, Mike. It says, which on Thursday released a study about the problem. The non-for-profit research group is made up of affordable housing and industry groups. So my question to you guys is, do you think there should just be more affordable housing? Or do you think there should be like more like government provided stipends for people? What do you guys think? Because when you think about that, the government housing and things of that nature, there has to be places for you to build that. And a lot of communities will go to court and petition the councils and counties that they don't want those type of housings around their area. I know that was big in the news, was that David Chappelle. He lives kind of out in the country in somewhere in Ohio, and he was saying like they wanted to build like some affordable housing, or I think single family housing, and he went down and petitioned them. He's like, I'm not going to pay taxes to you guys, and you know you get most of your money from my taxes if you guys build that. So it's an intricate cycle. Like it says America's fallen 3.8 million homes short of meeting the needs. Home prices are up more than 30% over the past couple years, making home ownership unaffordable for millions of Americans. And guys, if you don't understand the way that kind of works, inflation, as the price of things goes up, a lot of times, and that's what's happening with the feds, and we talked about that. I remember I was Poppy Blanco. He was really up on that conversation when we talked about once the rates go up, they keep going up to try to pause people from spending so much money and buying, because the more you buy, the more people can raise prices. Ergo, how inflation works, it's like an up and down. It says part of the problem goes back to the last housing crash. It says after that, many home builders went out of business, and economists say we don't build enough for a decade. I didn't even know that. We don't build enough for a decade. It says the study looked at what was happening in 800 cities and towns. So that was the research group's not-for-profit, so Up for Growth. They did a study. And here's the towns. Look at this, guys. The area, its shortages, and then the statistics. That's some interesting data. Gainesville, Georgia, shortage. California, obviously. Ventura, that's got 30,000. Let's see. Texas, shortage but recovering. They have almost 30,000. California obviously is going to have the highest. I'm noticing California is super high everywhere. Palmdale Beach, California, Florida, obviously Miami area, they're almost to 250,000, 200,000. Well, they're almost to 200,000, and I would just kind of round that just for it to make sense, sound right, 250,000. Where else? Washington, the DMV area, almost 200,000. Wow. Yeah, but it looks like mostly California. Yep, looks like mostly California. So let's see. While it says inflation isn't the percentage they say, I know that bad boy's got all prices going up everywhere, guys. Prices are ridiculous everywhere, and we did that last week on Freestyle Finesse Friday. The past couple weeks, we've been talking about the prices and how much you guys are paying to go to the grocery store and things of that nature. So yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. It's pretty ridiculous, guys. So once again, if you're just getting in, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure that you guys like, we went over 4 stories, I believe, so far. You guys sent me a couple of them. The first one, we talked about the young man who saved the young black boy who jumped in the water risking his own life, guys. And he saved 3 young girls, and a police officer that was drowning because the police officer had jumped in to try to help him pull the girls out, and one girl was panicking. And he is out of, I believe it was Mississippi, and they ended up giving him an award for that. So shout out to that young man and all the young men that are stepping out, doing things, but don't get to shine and get to be on social media or get to be on the news. Shout out to you. Keep doing what you're doing. We talked about the young girl who will end up being, she's 13 now, finishing her undergrad, and she's on track to be the youngest African American to graduate from medical school. I believe she'll be 18 when she graduates. We talked about her because we were talking about teen heroes, inspiring young people. We also talked about, guys, that baby deletion case with the father, Villegas. He is suing his ex-wife from 4 years ago for the estate of his young embryo that was deleted. And yeah, also we just talked about here, guys, this housing issue. I know a lot of you said that you are looking to buy a house soon, or you want to buy one, and they said there's massive shortages because everybody is buying. You guys know what I noticed? With a lot of businesses or companies are buying these houses. It's not people that are buying them. Like, it's not families buying these houses, because as we read in this article, they're getting outbidded. Unless you got cash, you're not about to outbid a company or an interest group that has the money to buy it cash, right? So yeah, once again, guys, just make sure you're paying attention to the market. If you don't understand, ask somebody. But as far as buying houses, depending on this, you got an excellent rate on the house, or maybe it's somebody you know that's selling it to you. Be cognizant and careful of wanting something so bad that you will end up paying 400% more. And it's really not worth it, and then you go under in a couple years because you bought something at such a high price rate, and you didn't prepare for inflation and prepare for the cost of things going up throughout the years, and you get stuck in something, right? So just always be aware. I always want to get you guys understanding about things, and try to break down to a certain extent and degree about different things that are going on, so you guys can have that. Hey, OG Patrice, hopefully you're having a good day. Just greetings and salutations, Finesse family. But yeah, guys, that looks like that's all the topics. Once again, if you missed it, go back and make sure that you guys hit the replay, #replay. Once again, I am listening to my Finesse family. Go back and comment. A lot of you are here for like every live stream. Go back to the videos and comments. Also, guys, there's a feature on here. I forgot about that. I think I've gotten a couple of them too before. On some older videos, but super thanks, guys. So let's say you missed a video and you're watching it on the replay. If it's interesting to you, it was intriguing, you learned something, you just want to support the channel, there's something called a super thanks. So on your comment under the video, it'll highlight it, and it'll highlight your comment, and it'll highlight whatever you said, and it's just something to show you some accolades and how you supported the channel, and it's something where it helps the content creators also, guys. So once again, that is what I'm asking you guys to do as homework. Go ahead and comment on all the videos that you watch. Go back, spend some time over the weekend and comment, and let the other people that are new to the channel, considering subscribing and joining the channel, let them know what you already know, guys. So once again, guys, I super appreciate your support, as you guys always do. You guys are awesome. Let me get some time for the Finesse family, guys. Let me give you guys shout outs, because once again, I'm not one of those content creators that's all stuck in their head and full of themselves in an air balloon to the sky. I know that you guys are the reason that things continue to be so progressive and so strong on this channel. I know you guys are the reason why there are live streams, and you guys are the reasons and the encouragement to keep all this edification going, no matter good or bad, no matter if you like each other, don't like each other. I really want to give you guys a shout out on how respectful that you guys treat this channel, and how awesome you guys are when you come to this channel. Even if you feel indifferent about somebody that is here, or somebody that is a guest, or just somebody in the chat, you guys are so awesome and honest and respectful, and I want to give you guys that shout out, because I don't really see that in a lot of places, on a lot of channels, anywhere on social media, and I definitely want to give you guys that grace and that just deserve that you guys deserve. I mean, many of you are at work and you're still supporting, watching the channel, hitting the like button, subscribing, joining the channel membership. You guys are awesome, man. Shout out to Trash Can Waves. He was here before the stream started, showing love and support. Thank you for that. He says keep grinding. Shout out to the channel members, Princessa. Thank you. BGH, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate that. Hey, Cars, how are you? I haven't seen you in a minute. You probably just been peering in, but just not talking in the chat. He says, good Friday to Mrs. B, Finesse, and all. Hopefully you are having a great day. You, your family, and your kids and grandkids. Hopefully everything is going well. Hey, Friendsgiving. Thank you for the super chat and support. I appreciate that. Friendsgiving says, great show, Mrs. B. Interesting stories. Hope you have a great weekend. Yes, thank you guys. And once again, guys, I have family in town, so that's why I kind of been skimping on the streams this week, but I'll try to get back in and get you guys the information you want. I have like a whole kind of backlog with things I want to talk about. But yes, family's in town, so I'm definitely enjoying them. Thank you for that, Friendsgiving. She has have a great weekend. Yes, I hope you guys have a great weekend too. Let's see. Bad blood work. He Wally, I'm not sure in reference to that. I don't know if you're talking to me or not. But once again, guys, I appreciate you guys. Another Freestyle Finesse Friday in the bags. Once again, you guys always know if there's a certain topic that you guys think is interesting, or maybe you want to come up on the panel and talk about something that maybe bothered you, or a topic that's interesting. Always let me know. Shoot me an email, or if I'm in the middle of the stream and I've done finished talking about it and commentating on it, just say B, drop the link. I want to come up and talk. Always, guys. Sometimes I just forget because I'm so into the topic and into you guys just going back and forth with me in the chat. But if you want to come up, guys, and speak, always, you guys know what it is. Just say, B, can you drop the link? I want to come up and speak. But once again, guys, you guys are always... Wally, I'm talking to... I don't even remember. Okay, Wally. Okay. Thank you. Oh! I'm not going to say anything. But you know what? Like I said, I really do appreciate you guys. You guys are so awesome. You guys are so, awesome, because once again, it's not even about who you do like, don't like, who you can't stand, who gets on your nerves, who's doxing you, backbiting you, all that crap. You guys come here and you guys come ready for the conversation. You guys come with your thoughts open to whatever it is, and you guys are just, I just really appreciate really appreciate you guys. I really do, because like I said, no matter if you agree or disagree, no matter if it's informative or not, you guys always put in and ask questions, and you always add to the conversation, so it just makes it more edifying. And I appreciate it, you guys. I appreciate you guys being here through all of it, the changes that have been made, how I've kind of compacted a lot of things, especially the streams, and you guys are just here for it. And so I always appreciate you guys. So I got to give you guys your just respect. I have to do it every time, right? I have to do it. It is the most important thing to me, to give you guys shots out. Because you could be anywhere, but you're here. You're here. You guys are so awesome. And I appreciate you. I said I appreciate you. I sounded like somebody from Boston or something. From Boston. Shout out to the people in the New England states. While it says no words, we all know we have a few that don't like each other. I know I do. But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. You guys are so awesome. You guys don't bring the drama. You're here having conversations, and you guys are respectful. And I got to give y'all that shout out, because that don't happen everywhere. Friendsgiving says, off the mess. It's always positive over here. Yep. I try, guys. Actually, it's you guys. You guys are actually the edification of it being positive. It's not even me. You guys come and just, the respect is just high. And I appreciate it. All right. So you guys, once again, the Finesse family's in the building. Shout out to all those that supported and super chatted today. Trash Can Waves in the building. Shout out to BGH for the super chat and the love. Shout out to Friendsgiving. Thank you guys for the support today. Shout out to everybody in the chat that came through. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Just shout out to you guys. You guys are always supporting. Those that are lingering in the background not talking, shout out to you. Let me see if I can get everybody real quick. For who I seen. Shout out to Wally, shout out to Cars, shout out to OG Patrice, shout out to Friendsgiving, shout out to Gail, shout out to PM, shout out to BGH, shout out to Princessa, shout out to Trash Can Waves, BTB, and everybody that's here watching in the background. I don't see your name. I know you're here because you always are here watching. So shout out to you guys and everybody else in the new Finesse family that just subscribed, or those of you just watching that are new. Shout out to you guys too. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for being here. And once again, guys, another Finesse Fam Day. Thank you guys so much for the support, guys. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Once again, don't forget to comment. Do it right now. Open another screen. Go comment on these videos, guys. You know, when you're new in YouTube and you got the analytics and all that, people love the comments. I love the comments. So go ahead and comment. Do that right now. Open up another screen. Start commenting on those on those awesome streams that you believe are awesome that you do watch. All right. Oh, thank you, Nita. Shout out to you. Thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a blessed weekend. Make sure you guys support people. You guys, if you haven't seen the community tab, make sure you check it out. Make sure those unsung heroes in your life, that you support them, that you uplift them, that you let them know who and what they were to you guys, because a lot of you have heroes around you that maybe you just take advantage of them. Maybe not purposefully, but maybe you're so used to them being there for you, you never let them know how much they matter to you. Let them know, guys. It's super important to let us know as human beings what we do for each other. Once again, that's why I always uplift and give a shout out to my Finesse family. I always want you guys to know how important and impactful you are, because I can't do this. What would it be me talking to a screen? That's what trips me out about some content creators. They really believe it's them, right? No, it's the people. It's a gravitation of the village and the people that come around you and the people that keep the conversation going. So I always want to give you guys that shout out. You guys are awesome. Wally. Yeah, you guys know them throwback streams. Y'all try to have me on 10, 12 hours. But you know, guys, you guys know that the cycle of life, things change. If you guys didn't know, you know, I have a little girl, so she's gotten bigger. So it's more time consuming, busy in my regular life as far as consulting and doing all my business things. It's just exciting things. So I'm just busier. But once again, I always try to edify you guys when I'm here. You guys have all of me. And I just appreciate you guys. So once again, go back and comment on the videos if you like them and there's something that was super exciting to you and you got something out of it, or you shared it with a family member or somebody else. Make sure you comment on them. And also, you can hit the super thanks if you think it is something that edifying to you. It's kind of like a super chat, but it's on the video. So once again, you guys, shout out to you guys. You guys have a great weekend. Be encouraged, be inspired. Remember, here we are the Finesse fam. We are faithfully innovating. We are inspiring. We are naturally effective. And what, guys? We seek success every day. ERR.